In 2012, you had your stroke.
Yes.
And at that point, when you had none of the preconditions,
Yeah.
the commonly known preconditions for a stroke,
Yeah.
like high blood pressure, you had no high blood pressure, you had no high cholesterol, you had no diabetes, you were not obese, you were active. For the benefit of healthy people, could you explain what was your risk?
Yeah. My risk was stress. I did not realize that stress would have this detrimental effect on the body, and I was not sleeping well 6 months before my stroke. The two combination of stress and not sleeping well was what caused my stroke.
In your recovery process, you had left no stone unturned.
Yeah.
Could you explain what are the things that you
First
did?
3 months, I was focusing on physiotherapy and speech therapy in the hospital.
So the first 3 months you were still in the hospital.
Yes.
Okay.
And in the 4th month, I was focusing on acupuncture.
So that was after your discharge. But you were also doing physiotherapy. You continued.
Yes, I was.
So you added on acupuncture in the 4th month.
Yes. And at the same time, I was doing many nutrition products.
Okay.
And I remember at that time, I had difficulty even getting into a taxi because my legs were very rigid, right? But after BCR, I could see my legs becoming a bit more flexible. And that is the reason I bought the professional unit from you.
The Laxamed.
The Luxamed, right?
There seem to be some trial and errors here.
Yeah.
So if you could restart the whole process
Yeah.
of recovering from stroke,
Yes.
how would you do it now?
Yeah. I would have recommended my doctor to allow me to leave the hospital after the first month to do the acupuncture and then come back. I did not try hard enough
Okay.
to convince
So the
it.
hospital is good in their physiotherapy,
Yeah.
but they didn't have cellular therapy. It's
Yeah.
all physical, external physical stimulation,
Correct.
stretching, strengthening, exercising, and all that.
Yeah.
So you wanted to include some cellular therapies
Yeah.
through acupuncture at that point. Okay.
Yes. So I would have done that, and because I found that there are people who had stroke who after the first month, and in fact the stroke was as serious as mine, right? They were also hemorrhagic stroke, right?
Okay.
And they did the acupuncture early enough, and their recovery was very fast.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah. Right. What I've done was, if I had known about BCR earlier, I would have got BCR and used it every day, because the importance of treatment on the body is the treatment must be done as soon as possible and as often as possible.
Okay.
And because BCR is a device that you can use at home, it's ideal for anyone.
So that is why you have obtained the home device now.
Yes.
So how do you find the home device becomes now more affordable to
Yeah.
people?
Yes. I think that the home device would be able to be used by a lot of stroke patients, and I'm very happy with the home device, the Power to Cell. I use it at least 3 or 4 times. That means each time at least 2 hours every day. It helps me, right? But as I mentioned to you earlier, I would have got much better results if I had done it much earlier.